What is up, guys? Welcome back to Simply Investing.
Yeah, guys, welcome in. Welcome to episode 46 of Morning Market News. So glad to have you guys in here. As always, this live is sponsored by you guys hitting that like and subscribe button. So we really appreciate it. And so far for YouTube, we're up to 380 subscribers. So let's keep it going. We're almost there to our 500 goal, and hopefully we can hit that thousand
Oh,
sooner than.
in the bull run, I see us hitting 5,000 or more, and I'm gonna stick conservative. I see 5,000 subscribers as conservative for the bull
Yeah,
run,
yeah,
because
and you
once
guys.
YouTube views and once
Mhm.
social interactions for crypto goes up in a bull run, I mean, it's that's a wrap.
Yeah, and right now it's boring, nothing really going on. Everybody feels like the economy's shit, so they're not spending, so they're not paying attention. Everyone's trying to focus on the grind, so I get it. But we appreciate the folks that are here because, we're doing this just really for the fun of it, and we just like to help, put this information in front of you guys because we do
I
this
will say,
nonstop.
if the economy was a lot better right now, in a perfect world, if we had a great economy, I feel like these prices would be a lot higher.
Probably, but that's just how things go. But if you guys are new to the channel, we got all our lives, all our videos, everything. It's all up on YouTube. You can also follow us on TikTok. There's some things on TikTok that we only post. Excuse me, Cody and I have our own channels on TikTok, so definitely go give us a follow, CodyHarris.eth. And also, Crypto Dream, I think he's sleeping right now because he's working a night shift. But shout out to him. Make sure you go follow his channel, Crypto Dream for Us, because been our supporter from day one, and he gives a pretty interesting take on a lot how to invest in a lot of things because he comes from the married family man position where Cody and I we're just single guys investing and making money. So his he has a much more I say family oriented viewpoint on things. So he definitely go give his channel a shout out. He's almost to 500 subscribers. Let's help him get monetized. Watch his stuff. Really help him out because he does need our support to help him grow and help take care of his family. So let's all try to pitch in for that. And I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys in a little bit. But let's get into the morning routine here. Of course, we got the crypto market cap at 2.53 trillion, up 4%. We got the greed and fear index at 56. We have Bitcoin dominance at 54%, Ethereum at 17. We also have Bitcoin climbing back up to 70,000, Ethereum kind of holding in the 3600s. We have Solana still dragging at around the 160 mark. We have XRP that dropped down to 49, under 50 cents down to 49 cents.
Solana has topped out against ETH. I will say that right now. Like I believe this recent pump that Solana had, compared to ETH, not compared to its USD valuation, but compared to its Ether valuation, Solana has hit its top for ETH compared to ETH and Bitcoin.
And that could be very well. As you guys know, I've been saying I think this is the last bull run for Solana. I don't
Yeah,
think the crypto is going to last. However, I do think they're going to be a crypto hardware company. They're going to try to make phones and hard wallets and stuff like that.
literally
After
all these celebrities like Iggy Azalea, Andrew Tate, making coins on Solana. It's the reason why Solana is still alive, because Solana, you have to have the Sol token in the Phantom wallet. Just like how you have to have the ETH token in your Ledger wallet to move ERC20s, you have to have Sol in your Phantom wallet to move all these other SPL tokens. SPL is the Solana version. So that's why Solana has pumped. That's just the simple valuation of it. Not because it's anything groundbreaking or great. It's because the meme coins, and you have to have Solana to have Solana meme coins.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely no denying on that front. That's one of the reasons. And the meme coins and the pump and dump coins are just hitting on Solana. So just be careful, guys, because that seems to be the only value Solana has right now, other than the hardware of the cell phone with the hard wallet on it. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this bull run.
Speaking of
However,
phones, oh, I'm sorry.
no, I just want to say, however, it's going to do well this bull run because a lot of retail investors just know of Solana, so therefore it will do well.
Yes, it will do well in its USD valuation. Even if Solana goes to $700, that doesn't mean it's going to put in a new high against its Bitcoin or ETH valuation. You got to remember that. Just like Chainlink, how Chainlink, it made a new all-time high in 2021, but it didn't top out against its Bitcoin valuation. It topped out against its Bitcoin valuation in 2020.
Exactly. And Cody speaking some facts there. But you were going to say something about phones
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
I but besides render, like was doing iOS 18, I wouldn't want a Solana phone, even if it. I,
Hold on, Cody. You're kind of breaking up there.
all said before
Look,
about
Cody.
iPhones, so I wouldn't see a
Oh, there you
demand Solana phone. Literally, only and a lot of crypto people are. That's another thing too. A lot of people who are in crypto are like me. They have.
Yes, and people, a lot of people have a lot of people do carry iPhones through there, but I do want to say this: iPhone has that Apple Cash transfer that you can do now with one tap, and I know Cody's going to come back in a second here. Apple has the one tap transfer for
Did
their
it
Apple
did it
Money.
cut me off while I was talking? Because it probably did.
I think it did. Were
Oh,
you
what I was saying was most people in crypto are like me. They have iPhones, and I wouldn't see a demand for the Solana phone because what Apple's doing with iOS 18 and the iPhones, it's just like Warren Buffett said, it's always a solid pick. People love their iPhones, and I don't care about a Solana phone.
Yes, and we could talk about Apple in just a second too, but Apple does tie into XRP because they are using the XRP ledger to run the Apple Cash off of.
Really,
That's the thing. They're using self tap. Yeah, they're using self tap to use Ripple's technology along with the XRP ledger to run
I
Apple
need to
Cash
do research on
self
that.
tap. Yeah, they announced it. They didn't really announce how it works or how they're integrating everything, but they announced it with the new with their keynote thing in June that they have every year, and
Oh, I see
this
it.
is gonna.
Yes, Ripple and
Mhm.
Apple are integrating together. That's crazy. And see, Apple has already integrated with Render, and now they're integrating with XRP. So that just tells me that Apple is getting involved with the crypto space because
Yeah,
they're.
I've been telling you guys for the last year that we've been running this channel that these companies are saying one thing. They got two mouths. The one mouth is saying they'll never get involved with crypto, and the other mouth is negotiating with all these platforms and crypto technologies to how to integrate it into their software. They just want it's just a business play. Say I'm not getting involved, but I'm secretly getting involved until I fine tune my product. Then I'll announce that I'm getting involved.
That's what Warren Buffett and all these big people did with Bitcoin. Like you always have to read between the lines with what these powerful billionaires are saying. Like usually do the because if they're saying they're not getting involved in something, like you said, there's two mouths. One mouth says I'm not getting involved, the other is telling that their partners that hey, I'm getting involved in this, but they're not going to let you know that. They're not going to let the common man know that.
Oh, absolutely not. And it's in investing, it's always first mover advantage into investing into something and making it work. And I also got to say, like, these big banks are about to get hit with $500 billion in losses in commercial properties in the first wave. They're trying to find areas to make money to recoup those losses because they know that there's going to be a run on the banks once those commercial properties start foreclosing and defaulting at 0%. So, I mean, that's a whole different topic that, I was going to cover later at our market close tonight. But it's crazy because there's a lot going on both sides, both in crypto that isn't really being paid attention to. And there's a lot going on outside that is affecting everybody. Ooh, excuse me. And things like Apple quietly working with Ripple, you're going to see more and more of that kind of sneak through the cracks. Because if Apple's working with Ripple, I guarantee you Samsung's going to probably start working with Ethereum. Watch, or some other crypto, or XLM or whatever. They're going to start working with one of them in some form or fashion.
Like I've been
And I
telling
could tell you,
people. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I just been saying like you guys got to understand like we are headed into that age whether people like it or not. And if you're not investing and being in the market already, you're going to miss out.
Yeah, and it's
But
like I like what Rip does. I like the XRP ledger. I've when people ask me about XRP and I say I don't hold any, it's not because I don't like XRP. It's because I want a smaller portfolio and bigger ROI with better tokenomics. Yes, XRP probably could have X, but I'd rather get, my 5 or 10x from a project that has smaller tokenomics.
mm-hmm. Oh,
I've
absolutely.
I've always liked what Ripple is doing though.
Exactly. And I tell you guys, like I bought quite a bit of Injective yesterday, and I
Yes.
bought quite a bit of Ripple, or not Ripple, XRP this morning when I saw like, okay, well, it was pretty low, and now we're kind of climbing back up. And I think what's going to happen is Ripple's going to hit that 80 to 90 cent range, and it's going to stabilize there again
Dude,
for probably another 6 months.
XRP. I remember XRP being at this one bull run. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's pretty much the
Mm-hmm.
same price around it. XRP's always been hovering in this 50-cent range. It's like it's been hard stuff.
Yes.
It went to 86 last year off the news. It's gone to 30 cents in the bear market, but ultimately XRP's just been stuck between 30 to 60 cents.
Yes, and even like was it 2022? XRP was like 25 to 30 cents solid the whole year, and we were dollar cost averaging like crazy across that. Because I could tell you, my company was doing well. My first business, my moving company, was doing really well, giving me other opportunities to invest in other areas, and it was finally giving me like good sums of cash that I could put into crypto. And I was building my crypto portfolio off of Dot, XRP, and what was the other one? Quant. And I was doing a little bit of Ethereum at the time, and that's what I was expanding off of. And it's crazy because even that alone, right now, I'm in a double my money position with XRP. And right now, guys, I know if you guys haven't been paying attention to what's in your portfolio, my XRP position right now is 7% of my total portfolio, and I have a pretty massive portfolio.
Here's my allocation so far. Injective so far is 11% of my portfolio. Polkadot is 45% of my portfolio, and Quant is 47 ish. So Quant's still my biggest holding, but Injective's climbing up there. It's at 11% of my portfolio so far.
Yes, absolutely, and it's like I said, you. I said this in the beginning for you guys is that you can't invest in everything, so you just kind of have to slowly pick what you can invest in
We were
and go
talking about
from
that this morning.
yeah. You're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. What matters is that you're invested in opportunities you believe will give you the most reward for the least amount of risk. That's what investing really is.
I really wish I could share my portfolio on screen, but I just bought some more Injective this morning. It was only a couple $100 worth. I mean, I have a decent amount, but I'm staking Injective right now through 4 validators because, for something like Atom and Injective that use the delegation staking model, Polkadot uses the nominating staking model, which is nominating is actually more decentralized. But delegating,
Hmm.
it doesn't auto compound, which actually is bad. I like Polkadot. Polkadot's the best staking blockchain in the world, first of all, because how easy it is and consistent it is. But with Injective, you have to diversify your validators. With Polkadot, you don't have to do that because it's proof of nomination, but you're delegating through these different validators, and I'm getting about 17% APY right now off of Injective, just the Injective alone, not even counting my Polkadot. So
Mhm.
I have two cryptos that are earning me daily yield.
Yeah, exactly. So, and right now I'm staking my Injective and my X and my I'm not X I'm sorry, and my Dot. I'm not staking Chainlink or anything else. That it's just Dot and Injective, and Dot's been paying off very well for me because it I'm increasing by like 500-600 Dot per year off of it, and I might not even unstake most of it during the bull run because even if I cash out half my holdings, I'm still up 10. I'll be up 10x on my money.
Your staking rewards in the bull run would be insane. Like I'm talking about, you'd probably be making like over $100 a day just off of staking.
Yeah,
I'm talking probably like $300 a day off of what you hold. $400 a day just off of staking.
yeah, and I know we keep talking about retail investors. I'm telling you, they are going to flow into everything staking. It's first going to be Ethereum because it's the most known, and it's a lot of the reward staking from some of these places are
Like
giving.
Coinbase and all
Yeah,
these
they're
centralized.
giving more than a savings account, so it's going to pull people. Then they're going to find Dot and all the others that are paying way more, and they're going to move into
Do you
those. And
remember last bull run in 2021 when everybody was
Mhm.
talking about what APY their coin gives them? We're gonna hear that all the time. Like, I like Atom because it gives me 16%. I like Polkadot because it gives me 7. A lot of people want to stake in the bull run, especially people who are just getting in the crypto. They want their crypto to earn rewards, and that's why I like proof of stake platforms. That's why I like Polkadot. There's some proof of work chains like Caspa that are gonna do well.
Mhm.
Bitcoin, that's the obvious one, but it's like proof of stake is really a beneficial thing when you're not only just sitting on it, but you're buying it as well. So even though my injective is only giving me 17% APY on what I have, the fact that I'm buying on top of those rewards, it's just like I'm printing money because I'm buying, getting rewards, those rewards from me buying, staking them more rewards. So I'm printing money pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much your staking is kind of doing. Like as long as you're staking it properly with the proper validator, because if you put it into wrong validators, like if you're using crypto.com to stake any of your cryptos, just be very careful because they let any and all validators or funds or anything on there to let you stake. And there's some that have zero liquidity. So once you put it in there, you're never getting it out.
Yep. And that's the sad truth.
And
That's why I do research on my validators. Like for Injective, before I staked, I went through all of the validators and made sure that they had enough liquidity in the staking pool and to make sure that they're a reputable known name like Chorus One or P2P, stuff that you want bigger, higher liquidity validators so they don't run off with you, or you don't get slashed, because what slashing is when you stake your money into a validator that's malicious and it's going to take your
mhm.
funds, you get slashed, you lose everything.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So while we continue on, let me just go pull up Dot here, and because I haven't yet watched their YouTube channel. So guys, Dot does have its own YouTube channel where they're posting updates to what they're doing, their community, what they plan to do, the gaming, the crypto gaming verse, all that stuff. So there's actually a lot of videos I have not watched on them yet, and I think it's way undervalued for the price. So if you guys, I know we're looking on Coinbase here, so it's not the best chart, but if we're looking at the all time, we are we're still about double what its initial offering was, but or almost triple actually, but really close to double. But you're looking here, it's sitting in the bottom of the valley, and it's about ready to have this next big spike. We had it a little bit during the beginning of this year with the hype, the run up, people putting tax returns into crypto and investments and things like that, we still had that running on. It's maintained very well in the price. I think 670 is a bargain deal to just keep dollar cost averaging in. The only reason I'm not dollar cost averaging into Polkadot as much is because I am staking it. So, and it's already, let me see here, Polkadot is already 9% of my portfolio. So I'm not too worried about adding any more to it. I'm just going to kind of let it be what it will be. Uh more focused on putting things in like quant, ad share, injective, H bar, and I'll probably just keep dollar cost averaging Ethereum right now rather than Bitcoin. But as you guys know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are my biggest holdings, Bitcoin being 29% of my portfolio and Ethereum being 12% of my portfolio. So I kind of want to get those numbers up a little bit more there as we go through this summer lull. But I still think Polkadot is a great thing to start buying now and start staking with having your staking rewards compound into your holdings that you're staking. Like don't try to like stake and then try to take out what you've staked every month because you're going to lose out on the overall returns.
Yeah, I just auto compound all my rewards because if you compound and don't cash out your rewards, you get more and more.
Yes, and you don't have to worry about constantly putting it back in there. That's one of the reasons why I left Atom. I didn't stake on Atom anymore because I had to only do it once a week was when I get the rewards and I'd have to put them back in. So I didn't want to have to deal with it. So I just kind of sold it all, put it into Dot where it just automatically compounds it. But let's talk about Chainlink here for a little bit because I'm still pretty hyped on this thing and it's still at a great value for you guys. I think it can grow significantly over during the bull run, along with many other staples. And like we keep saying, this is probably going to be the biggest bull run that crypto will ever have. And it's probably really the last chance to make that life changing money on this. Because after this, I think the only way you're really going to make money is if you're just investing in the blue chips and you're only going to make like a 5 to 10% return on there.
Yeah.
But Chainlink is one of the ones I think is going to hit. I keep thinking it's going to hit around 120, but with I just got done watching all their videos on there because at Chainlink on YouTube, they have some more videos. I just got done watching the last 10 that I haven't been able to see, and it's giving me more and more confidence that I think it might even get closer to 200 a token with where it's going and how much people are going to be focusing on trying to make money in this new economy coming forward. They're going to be looking at this. And Cody and I keep talking about the Tate effect. The Tate effect is going to be in full swing for crypto. I'm telling you, it's going to be in full swing this summer. These kids are only talking about grinding and putting their money into crypto. Now, they are going to put it into some degenerate projects, but it's naturally going to find its way over to Chainlink as they realize that, hey, I need to put my money into some more stable projects. They're actually doing something, not hype coins or meme coins, things like that. And
Yeah, people
Chainlink,
round trip a lot, round trip their bags.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And I could tell you right now, I mean, I wouldn't try to day trade crypto. I see a lot of people starting to offer that now. Oh, day trade crypto. I'm the most successful day trader on crypto. It's like it's too volatile to really predict on a day-to-day basis. But what I can tell you is that if you just dollar cost average on a set schedule on your paydays or whatever, and you're always in the market rather than trying to time the market, you will make a better return than any of those traders ever will. So, but getting back to Chainlink, like I said, I keep thinking now. I'm thinking this is probably going to get closer to 180 200 range, and I think they're bringing. I think we're going to see some. We're going to see some play to earn games being based off their ecosystem and platform, which is going to be popular again with this next wave of retail investors coming in. because to play to earn, to play a video game, to play a game, earn some crypto, be able to make some cash and sell it, I think that's going to be a desirable thing again as people are trying to make money to cover to make ends meet and things like that. But I do like their DeFi protocol. I do like what they're doing with all sorts of things with crypto DeFi. Their their gameplay to earn platforms, their interoperability capabilities, things like that. However, the only thing that's a real downside is that it's an Ethereum base, it's an ERC20 token. So you still need Ethereum to kind of use and run this in your wallet. And if you're going to move it out and move it in. However, a lot of DeFi, like Gemini DeFi, their Gemini Earn, you can stake Chainlink and earn 3% Chainlink off of it. There's a couple others that you can earn on. I saw on crypto.com. They're basically lending it out, but you can earn up to 10% on those. But just be careful with those. Those are high risk, which means you could lose everything that you put in. So I wouldn't moonshot your life savings into that. Make sure you only put in what you're comfortable in losing. Oops, let me get back over here. But the last one we're going to talk about here is quant, and it kind of goes back to our original when we
Oh, I'm still holding my quant. I'm never getting rid of it until it
yes,
hits a high price.
yeah, it finally dipped past that resistance level where it was holding right around $100 for a long period, but now it's dipped down back into the 80s range. So I'm thinking we are in a good position to really dollar cost average in. I'm thinking about if it stays these prices every day for the next however long these prices stay, I'll just be dollar cost averaging in and buying some
I
quant.
do want to say though, the holders for quant have been stagnant. Like it's been consistently sitting at 152.5k holders, like a lot, which is good. It's not necessarily a bad thing because that means
No,
the people that are currently in aren't selling, and the people who are, they were newcomers.
yes, and this isn't a token that you could really like trade like the others you might be able to do. This one is more of you're going to buy it and you're going to hold it
Or use it on Overledger.
or use it on Overledger. Yes. And my thing is here when we talked about how the companies are talking out two sides of their mouth. They got one mouth talking to you one way and the other mouth saying the other thing. Like there's a lot of banks that are invested, that are holding quant and they are investing into quant. Not just the token, but into the overall ecosystem and the company itself. So, like like I said, like there's a lot of companies that said that they never will invest in crypto or are affiliated with quant, but their name keeps popping up on all the company documents, like Bank of America, not getting involved in crypto, believe it's a scam, and they have no relationship with quant, but yet they're in a 100-page document about the overledger, and funding it. So it's like that's what I'm trying to say is like the big money is already involved in this. It's time to pay attention to it and invest where they're investing. And this is one of the things that they're putting money into heavily. I'm sorry. And I believe the big reason is tokenization of real world assets and CBDCs. Although, fun fact, a lot of you guys don't know, a bill passed. Now that it may not stay, it may not keep going, but it got passed through a lot of other bills on Friday in Congress that the United States will not be able to make a CBDC token. So right now, the central bank cannot make a centralized digital currency. They can't
A
do that.
lot of people forget that the USA isn't the whole world.
Yes. So the USA said, nope, we're not doing it. Like Congress said, nope, we're not doing it. It goes against our constitution, so we're not going to do it. And if you do it, we're gonna have a fight. That's what they basically said. So I don't think it's going to even it's not going to rear its head again probably for several decades. I can guarantee it. And people talk about the deficit, we can say a lot of things about Biden, but they did make one of the biggest and best oil trades of the century. They sold at $95 a barrel and bought back equal reserves at 67 barrels, netting a $587 billion profit.
Damn.
So just keep in mind that despite all the BS that's going on, Biden still managed to pull off one of the best oil trades ever. So just keep that in mind because now they bought it all back and then some, so the reserves are
I don't
full
even
here.
think Trump can say something towards that.
No, I don't think so. It's like you guys gotta understand, we don't care about politics. We only care about what the masses think is going on because that's how this is going to affect investing. And right now, especially if you are a MAGA supporter or whatever, I would definitely sell your True Social because it's going to dump on you like there's no tomorrow. So definitely sell that stock while you can. It's like I did. There's no value in it. It's not a big enough social media platform, and it's only showing that there's not a lot of supporters. However, you guys got to understand the election does affect how the markets are going to do, and I don't really sit on either side of the fence, but I can tell you right now, it's looking like a lot of people are going to vote Trump this time around. A lot of Democrats and even liberals are going to vote for Trump because things have just gotten way out of hand. Um, I know some people are just not in favor. There, a lot of liberals are finding out that their liberal Congress heroes are worse than the Republicans. So, I mean, just wait till this Diddy stuff just because I have a feeling if Republicans really push hard, they're going to push that Diddy stuff to the forefront because there's a lot of politicians also that are blackmailed, and a lot of them are liberal because Republicans don't really
Yep.
do with rappers. It's only it was only really liberals. They rappers generally went to the liberal side because most of them were black and most of them always went towards Democrat. And he's got a lot of people. I'm telling you, a lot of the top people, you're not even going to think that we're doing divergent activities are going to be coming out as divergent activities. Just remember what Cat Williams said in February. The truth is going to come out this year. So I have a feeling this is going to be a crazy last 6 months of the year.
By the way, shout out to Cat Williams because I really do believe he set the energy. Like what I mean by manifestation isn't some like crazy conspiracy stuff, but I will say, a person with a platform that says a narrative like that, like this is going to be the year of exposure. I think he
Mhm.
set it off. I think it really, yeah.
Yeah, I think he set it all off. Like everything shit's about to hit the fan, and as closer we get to the election, the more stuff's gonna just keep getting coming out. Like think about it now. Like Trump went to trial and got indicted and he got convicted of 34 felonies, and then all of a sudden information about Diddy starts coming out. Like it's just weird. It's just like it's a weird, really weird coincidence that things are happening like that. But let's go over here because I want to talk quickly about stocks before we head off here. I did quickly post something. If you guys have followed us on are following us on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, you'll see that I posted a little short about Toyota. But we're going to talk a lot about Toyota right now. And Toyota, even though it's getting hit with a recall and a scam, and a scam in their country in Japan, they got hit with a fraud thing in Japan. They're still doing well. You know why they're doing well? Because Toyota offers not only cost-effective cars, which I'm going to pull up. Um, Oops. I'm gonna try and pull up the Toyota. There we go. I want to pull up their site there, but they not only do they offer economically viable cars, like people can afford them because they have one called the Yaris, their base model. Now it's a small car, it's a very small car, but you're talking base model $8,000 out the door for that Yaris, brand new. But not only do they offer cost effective cars, but they design their cars specifically so that way they can last a little longer on the road without needing an oil change. Like they designed it knowing that people may not be able to afford to maintain the car fully at certain periods of time in their life. So they built the car around that so that way it can last. I mean, think about it. Why is it that you see a Toyota in a lot of these third world countries? Because it runs and it runs well with crappy maintenance.
Exactly. I see the Tacomas, the little pickup Tacomas, and all those.
Yep, the Highlanders, their little Ranger model. There's a reason, and that ability and that economic viability, I'm telling you, these guys, they're in the next 10 years, they're going to be a very dominant force in the car industry because their cars last longer than any Ford, any Chevy, any Ford, but also they have their Tacoma is the second most popular truck next to the Ford F-150. And I think the Ford F-150 is slipping because the Tacoma is still like 30K less than the F-150. And you can get a base model Tacoma for like ridiculously cheap. I mean, it used to be like 17,000. Now you're talking like 32,000. But still, to be able to offer something that's in the range of the everyday person's spending capabilities means it's going to push them to the forefront. So I think that even though they're going to experience a little bit of a hiccup on this price, like this price is not going to last 3 years. It's going to start going down, but we're only going to see it go down to like a right around here, like 150 to 170 range. And if we're going to go in the all, you look at the opposite, it's on the rise. Just from 85 on, it's just going to on the rise, on the rise, on the rise, on the rise. And I think what's going to happen is even though it's going to suffer, it's going to dip down a little bit. But then just like here, it dipped down, went back up. Now 2008 happened, dipped down, and then just steadily went back up. This is going to be one of those stocks that I'm adding into my portfolio that I know I'm going to be holding for 10 years. And the earnings are great, the company's great. I mean, look at the dividend, $2.86 per year off of each share. So that means if you're holding 15,000 shares, which would be a lot, times 2.86, you're making 42,000 a year off of it, off of the dividends. That's something that these guys don't, a lot of these finance influencers don't tell you, is that you want to be in stable companies that pay a very good dividend so you can make a shit ton of money off of it while holding the stock. And that's what I plan on doing. I'm adding it into my dividend holdings portfolio to increase the level of dividends that I will have. And I can tell
So
you right now, going to be buying a crap ton of it.
I'm really glad you're saying this stuff because I have a good expertise in crypto. I really know a lot about crypto, but you know a lot more about dividends and good companies and stocks. That's what I'm saying. That's why when I have a larger net worth, like I'm not talking about like regular six figures. I'm talking about like in the $1 million range. I'm gonna be talking to you, especially about good dividend stocks.
Oh, absolutely. And trust me, guys, Cody and I have a plan that once he makes his money off of crypto, we have our exit strategy and his re-entering into crypto as well as entering into other assets. But you also got to remember, guys, Cody's only 23 and he's already set to really have a good chance of of not having to work at 30, and if he plays his cards right for the next 7 years. And part of it is that once he gets his bulk money, he's going to pay his taxes, and then we're going to get back into crypto. And once it goes down, he's going to go into stocks and go into real estate, and he's maintaining that ability to do it by dollar cost averaging in right now and increasing his income at his position in his job, as well as making sure he maintains his credit score. Because you're not going to be able to invest in real estate with a poor credit score, unless if you're going to just be a cash buyer. That I could tell you right away. Cause like I have a nice real estate portfolio, not as big as a lot of these other guys claim to have, but I do have a nice one. And I could tell you, to start it off, I had to buy my first 7 properties in cash because I could not afford to get a loan, because my first business, my moving company, my credit score got wrecked building that into a cash cow. Now that it's a cash cow and it doesn't need to fund other businesses either, all the other businesses I started are self-functioning right now. It's now able to, I could take the profits and put it into investing and real estate. So now I have a fourth company, which is my real estate holdings and rental property portfolio, which is really its own company, and it pours money into the reserve account. So that way, if anything should happen, there's money that I can pay everybody. I can pay all the bills. Right now, I can pay all my bills and all my people their average wages without having a single customer for 3 years. I'm not quite to where I want to be. I want to be at like where I could do that for 5 years, but I have a pretty good amount of security. So that means if I don't have a single customer for 3 years, 36 months, or almost 1,000 days, or over 1,000 days, I will be fine up until the last day on the 3rd year. So that's crazy. And even though the odds of me not having a single customer in 3 years is very, very rare, I'm planning like it is. And the same, you guys got to plan your life like the same way. Like you're going to run in that scenario where you might not have a job for a year, 2 years, might have no revenue for 3 years. How are you going to survive? Save your money. Don't do this bullshit and buying into, well, I need to feel good today. That's FOMO shit. And I want to tell you, there's a lot of articles. Like I can pull one up right now. Let me pull one up right now. Women.
Most people my age feel a lot of FOMO.
Yes. And this was this was a CNBC article. CNBC article, right? And they do have videos. They're saying single women are racing ahead of men in home ownership. Here's why. And they go into all these reasons that that women are more financially God damn, it's got a lot of ads. Close this here. I just want to leave it here. We'll leave it here. That women are more financially sound, and I could tell you that's not the damn case. I want you guys to understand. The last 15 years, it's been free money, free credit, free everything, and a mass amount of FOMO. And anyone who's been a veteran in business will tell you women operate on FOMO. 100% FOMO. 100% FOMO. Most women, unless if they've served like my parents, as my mom went through the oil crisis, they don't spend shit. Because if they can't buy it with cash in their pocket, they don't even bother with it. But the women of today, they'll get a credit card. Oh, it's a credit card. I'll just slide the card. I need to feel good. I feel good shopping. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good doing. I feel good because I need a home. I feel good. Now you got all of them complaining 3 years later. You bought that fancy Instagram home, FOMO'd in, put 10% down or even less. Some of them put 3% down. Now taxes went up, insurance went up. You have to now take care of damages like tornado damage, storm damage, hail damage, accident damage. Like you bought a house on a main road, didn't really think about it. Someone crashed into your home. You don't have the cash to fix it immediately, so you lose your certificate of occupancy. Now your house goes into foreclosure by the state because you don't have that certificate of occupancy. Then a guy like me, this asshole, comes in and buys your house off a short sale, fixes it up, and rents it back out to you at like $5,000 a month. Don't tell me that women are winning because they are not. I can tell you right now, even my whole all my business, my furniture store, my moving side, the rental property side, I'm getting a lot of people that are coming into my rental that are looking for rentals that are single women because they can't afford their house. I'm getting a lot of women who are buying furniture because they couldn't afford their house. They they couldn't afford their house, so they just let everything go. They just walked away from it. Now they're in here, and guess what? They get approved for another card. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If someone's walked away from their house and is behind on their house, I wouldn't give them more money to borrow. But that's what our economy is doing, and you know why? Because we have a social construct that women are more responsible with money. I can tell you right now, unless if you have a family that told you the principles of what money really is, most people are not responsible with money, man or woman. I can tell you that right off the bat, working in finance and running my own businesses and working in corporate America. Most people don't know really how to manage money. But I could tell you, single guys don't have a lot of debt because they're not getting credit cards. And they're not out here doing it. If they'll find a place that's like $900 a month, have the minimalist amount of needs, and then they move on with their life. And then they become more like good. They're focused on investing, building up, trying to put money to where it counts. I can't tell you, just last week alone, I had 100 women coming from all the networking groups talking to me. Oh, I need you to help me with my finances. I need this. I need that. I'm like $100,000 in debt. I just met a woman at one of the networking events this morning at one of the breakfast events, and she no not was she is $1.8 million in debt, and her business only makes $200,000 a year. She's never going to be able to pay it off. Her business, if you follow my thing where I say 10%, that means her business has to be making, in order to borrow $1.8 million off your business has to make $18 million a year. If it does not, you have no business taking out a $1.8 million loan on your business. And you know why? Because there's a lot of places, the WSBA, Women for Small Businesses of America, they'll lend money out. But a lot of women don't understand you have to pay that back, and it can't be bankruptcyed out like student loans and like taxes. You can't bankruptcy out of it. You got to pay it back. And they're making minimum payments. And the minimum payments are not enough to cover the interest. So they are now shackled to the debt for following the dream of empowerment. I've been saying it constantly, 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 constantly to you guys. If someone tells me one thing and is doing the exact opposite, I am not going to take the thing that they're telling me to take. Because if you're a woman and you stumble across this, or you're confused why feminism is not working out for you, why things aren't going the way you thought, just look at the people who are pitching feminism and look how their families are oriented. The person telling you that women should have more are also the same people living traditional lives. They're the same people living traditional lives. I don't buy it. It's the same thing. If someone kept telling you this car is great, but you're looking at the car and the car is like, it's not really as great as you say it is, would you still buy it? You wouldn't. So I don't know why no one can see that. Well, maybe the wool's been pulled over my eyes on this one. I mean, Debt is crazy. We're at like 1.4 trillion in consumer debt. That's credit card debt alone, as Americans, and 80% of it's held by women. Affirm 68% of their clients are women. They're basically a buy here pay here company, or buy now pay later company. Basically a rent to own or weird layaway system. Most of
Hey,
the debt
so
is owned by it. What's up, Cody?
I do want to say I'm gonna get ready for work. I'm still gonna be a listener, but I'm gonna get ready for work real quick.
Oh, no worries. I just looked. It's 12 o'clock. I wanted to kind of end it pretty quickly because I got to go to the mechanic to get one of my service vehicles fixed up. But I just wanted to say that out there, guys, is that they keep saying this data, this data, this data, and it's like there are more guys like me who I rented for the last 10 years, and now I'm buying, and even still I live in a duplex that I rent out the other side, but the rest of but I still was renting while I was buying rental properties because it just made sense to rent and buy rental properties, rent them out, and just keep stacking my cash. I don't know. That's really all I got for you guys. Is I just want to kind of touch base on this subject because it's complete utter nonsense from someone who's been in finance, banking, and corporate America and runs their own business. And I meet dozens of people every day, hundreds of people a week, thousands of people a month. I could tell you for a fact that I've seen more debt in the hands of women than I ever have anywhere else. And they will, if the place looks nice, they are more willing to pay $4,000 for a flat. Whereas if you get a guy, it doesn't care if it looks nice, it matters is the price right. That's all I got to say, guys. If you guys like our stream, definitely give us a follow. If you're on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, hit us up on all our channels. We really appreciate all the support, and we will be back on later today with market close. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much, guys. Stay safe out there. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and always do your research when it comes to investing. With that said, guys, I am out, and I will